Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network. I'm your host, Rick Davis. I urge everyone to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please take some time to visit our website at brooksanddavis.com and feel free to leave a message or ask for someone to reach out to you, because we will be more than happy to reach out to you and get you set up for anything you need as far as real estate, buying, selling, or investing. As always, my co-host is not only a two-time author and real estate broker here in the state of Texas, but he's also a serial entrepreneur and public speaker. My co-host, as always, is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
What's going on, good people? It's a pleasure to be back in front of you again today. I'm always excited. Every Thursday seems like it just can't get here quick enough. I know a lot of you know how I feel. I know the weather's been challenging out there, depending on where you're located at. We've been having some funny weather here in Houston, and here's the thing about that. Today is the start of the cook-off. So for those of you that don't know about the Houston rodeo and our cook-off, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we take this thing so serious. So right now with this challenging weather, it's like, do I put my raincoat on, my rain boots, and figure it out, or what? Guess what I'm going to do?
Oh, no, you definitely can't miss. You can't miss chili cook-offs. You can't miss any of that.
Best barbecue in the country. Not even just the state, just the best barbecue in the country. They come from far and wide to take part in our Houston rodeo.
And if there's anyone watching or listening to us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and you have extra passes to the cook-off,
I know,
please reach out to me directly. Look out for Rick D. I would love to go.
Send me a text too.
Right. Reach out to me directly. Do not wait.
281-924-4954. I would get extra passes are always needed, right? So, but for you out there, by all means, guys, follow me at Texas Real Estate King or all the social media platforms. You can always find updates on my website, which is LarryWBrooks.com. Again, LarryWBrooks.com. Always sending out updates, always new promotions, new things that are going on. And so we just really appreciate you guys tuning in every week and sharing and following and subscribing. So those of you that haven't had a chance to do it yet, please go ahead, move forward and do that for us. Leave us an awesome review or whatever review you choose. It helps the program. It helps us bring on the right guest that's giving you the information that you need.
I know I'm really excited about today, Larry, because, you know, on the Prime Real Estate Network, we always try to make sure we keep family first. And the reason I'm really, really excited about today's guest, because she is a member of the Brooks and Davis Real Estate family. So anytime we can provide a member of the home team with access to our platform to get out his or her message, we always want to take advantage of those opportunities. So I'm really excited to introduce to the Prime Real Estate Network audience. Not only is she a licensed professional realtor specializing in luxury sales and leases, but she's also one of the lovely and most fabulous agents over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce to the Prime Real Estate Network audience, Ms. Marche Peevy.
I love the clapping, man.
I love it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Ms. Peevy, for making a little time to sit in with us today. How
Thank you guys for having me and breaking my first podcast.
Yeah, first podcast. I love it. No doubt about it.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you guys so much.
I want to thank you so much for your positive energy and how you've been able to brighten up the studio today, because considering the weather's outside, is pretty dreary and rainy and chilly, it's great to have such exuberant energy on the show today. So thank you so much. You know, it's funny because today's episode is entitled Lease It, Love It, Buy It. So I want to let everyone know who's checking out the pod today, if you have any friends, family, co-workers that are currently renting, leasing, or thinking about upgrading from the size home that they're in now and need something a little bit bigger, or they're looking for something with a bit more amenities, tag them, call them, and let them know that this episode is going to be chock full of information that I think they would deem as very, very beneficial. So I want to ask you, Ms. Peevy, when you're operating in this real estate space, especially with your buyers who crave luxury amenities or more of an upgrade from their current living situation, what are some of the things that you talk to them about when you starting off that initial consultation before you guys actually go out and start viewing properties?
Well, I actually, when I get with any of my clients, I want to know exactly what they're looking for, what price range, what type of amenities or what things that you don't want in your property. I always want to keep them in mind that the times has changed.
That's right. Let them know.
Because a lot of people think that they're going to get these nice stainless steel appliances and views and 2-bedroom, 2-bath properties, and they're going to pay like $900 something a month. And I have to, educate them and let them know that, like, the market is very different now, and if you want that type of property, you have to look towards paying at least, like, I would say $1,800 or more a month. So I just, have to, see what they're looking for.
And the thing about it that can be challenging is setting that correct expectation. Because Mr. Brooks, let me know and let the audience know, how would you go about setting that correct expectation for people as far as pricing on a luxury rental or lease?
Well, you have to like she said, you have to let them know that up front, because what happens is people think that they're going to come in, and believe it or not, I'll say this about the Houston area. We are heavily leased, right? We got a lot of leases, not only because of what happened with Harvey and a lot of people lost their homes and moved into leasing, but we have our leasing properties are now at places where they're up to 90% of occupancy rate. So they're not having to cut deals or cut their rental rate as much as they had in the past 2 years ago. So that's the challenge when you're updating people and saying, hey, this is what we're looking for in the luxury market. It's better to tell them now than for them to get that real result as you're sending them properties that's not what they would like. So I think you do a great job at doing that.
Let me know if you agree, Ms. Peevy, because something that I've noticed is that even at $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 a month for rent and or lease, I always let my clients know that, yes, they are selling out. It's not like they have these units that are just sitting there unoccupied and vacant, waiting for somebody to come in and make a lowball offer.
That's right.
So even at the prices that you just expressed, it's still, like Mr. Brooks said, 90% occupancy, waiting lists.
Yes, true.
And the qualification standards have become a bit tougher because there is a scarcity of available units.
That's true. Yeah.
So one of the things that I would like to ask you, Ms. Peevy, is that what can someone, and let's say $1,700, $1,800 a month is well within their budget. What is it that a buyer should or client should be looking for from a luxury rental or a luxury apartment? Because I think sometimes that every community that you shop for, as far as apartments and or condos and or townhouses, are going to always accentuate all their positives.
That's true.
But what truly makes an apartment complex luxury? What truly makes an area worth that $1,800 a month?
Well, there are some things that comes with it, or say, for instance, like if you want a high rise, you would look for concierge service.
Absolutely.
A lot of people want a dog park in their vicinity. They want closed-in garage or things like that. People look for that, and also like they look for that's around. Like, are you walking distance from the park? Are you walking distance from downtown or the nightlife? Or it's a lot of things that comes with that. And when I find a lot of luxury leasing is like in the Heights area, like a lot of people, the bars and things like that. So they do price that on about like how close are you from there, and
right,
things like
to
that.
entertainment.
Right. So
that's
I would consider like more luxury. It would be like what comes in the pack. Like they have like wine. What's the thing? The wine chillers inside your.
Oh wow,
they do.
Yeah.
It's like really nice. I'm like
Yeah.
soak tubs and just a lot of things like that.
No, so I mean,
and that walkability is big. So there's literally a term called walkability, and so we actually in Houston have a walkability map, right? So if you ever want to know what that walkability map look at, if you Google it, it'll pop up. But we have what's called walkability because so many people now are moving back into the city and they want things that all of the amenities that you just said, so they can just walk out of their front door and walk across the street to a dog park.
Or even walk downstairs. They have the bars in your
building
or anything like that. So just having that availability to a lot of things that you can just use daily and things like that.
You know, it's funny because we have an affordability table that I go over with some of my clients, because a lot of times when you're talking about spending substantially more per month than you've been spending previously, I always try to make sure that I can weigh pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses with my clients. Where, yes, we may be spending an extra $200 a month from where it was that you were previously staying, but you're saving $300 a month in fuel costs, in entertainment, gym memberships, things of that nature. Because, and I always wanted to ask you is, how often do you have to go through these things with your clients to let them know, yes, we are spending a little bit more money on the front end, but from a value added and a personal savings, it outweighs that extra $150 or $175 a month? How often do you have to go over things like that with your clients?
Just basically at the beginning when we go over where they're exactly what they're looking for. So if they want to stay close to their job and things like that, so I'll try to find areas and where they don't have to commute so much into, because we have a lot of traffic out here. So saving on gas is a lot. Even you could put it towards something in your home and things like that. So I try to discuss that with them in the beginning of our consultation.
And it's crazy because if more people, and I'm giving you guys an understanding, you should use a locator because you're not paying them any upfront cost. So being able to use Miss Peevy's services is a benefit to you because she knows the best places for you to be. She knows the best way in order for you to get the most value out of your income. And the one thing that I love about locator services is they do a lot of events to keep you guys in the loop. Like you see them, and we get emails all the time about events, open houses and things. So they're educating you about their properties. They're educating you about just the city area and some of the construction that's going to be taking place so people can avoid that. So their skill set, they should reach out to someone like you. And I think what happens a lot of times is people always feel like they got to pay for stuff up front. And when in the real estate industry, especially in the locator service, you actually are compensated by the other company. So you work with the buyer, or you work with the client, the tenant that's looking to move, as a compliment to you just giving them great service, right? So keep that in mind, people. Use someone. Don't go out trying to do this yourself. Don't go and try to use Google to find a complex that's not going to be as honest with you as someone that's going to be working on your behalf. So keep that in mind.
And just to piggyback, Larry, what you were just speaking on, and I want to ask Ms. Peevy this as well. Could you just explain to our audience how often these really nice communities send you emails about specials, about discounts? Because I think a lot of times, a lot of shoppers, what they don't necessarily realize about working with a professional like yourself as far as your locator services is that you are always at the forefront of specials, discounts. So even if, let's say, a 2-bedroom in a high rise may have a online lease price of $1,800 a month, someone like yourself, Mr. Brooks, or myself would know that they're offering 2 months free with a 12-month lease, which would then make that $1,800 in effect be more like $1,575 to $1,600. It could be prorated, exactly. And I think that's the true benefit of working with a professional like yourself as far as locator services, and knowing not only where to go, but when to go there.
That's right. That's right. So, I mean, for those, what I always think is for those of you that leases may be up in the next, 3 months or so like that, this is a good time to, follow Ms. Peevy so you can kind of figure out and see the areas that she's visiting, that she's always putting on her IG page. And so when you're ready, you can just reach out to her, and there, again, there's no upfront cost. It's just an opportunity for someone to service you and make sure that you're getting a good transaction.
That's true. I also like to go out and actually visit the leasing, agents and have a relationship with them, so I can, have a little more leverage for us when my clients come in and they want to know more information. So I can call them like,
relationship
hey,
currency.
Yes.
Relationship currency.
I go out a lot. I actually go out a lot to visit all these properties and show my face so they can remember me. And then when my clients come in, they were like, okay, I remember Miss Peevy, or, right. And it makes it easier for the clients for they're moving, or they come to me with more information for us, what specials they have for the month and things like that.
That's right.
The reason that work that you put in on the front end is so invaluable to your clients is because, and you let me know if you run into this a lot, because some of my clients have expressed there's a challenge sometimes to get their agent on the lease agreement, to get credit for originating their visit. And that's why I've always tried to follow suit with agents like yourself that give more face time to these communities, so that when someone comes in and say, oh yes, I was referred by Ms. Marche Peevy, you're not just a name.
Yeah.
You're actually a person, and they actually have a bit more emotional equity in making sure you get credit.
That's right.
Because you will continue to refer clients there.
That's true.
Right. So have you run into that with any of your clients as far as going to different communities and having some challenges as far as getting you credit as far as originating the visit?
No, not necessarily, because most of the times I will go with my client.
Even better.
There you go.
Even better. That's it. It's a wrap.
I actually, because it's a lot. It's true. It's a lot of agents that they're like, it's the department or it's whatever. You can go visit yourself, but I actually enjoy it, because that way I'm there with my client and we're both looking and seeing what they like, and also we're communicating with the agent and things like that. So I enjoy it. Like, you call me, say, hey, Marche, I'm looking for this. Hey, I found this for you. Tell me which ones you like. Let's go see them. And that's how I'm with it.
That's super. That's outstanding. I mean, Larry and myself, we've had our eye on how you've developed your brand and push your business forward, and we've been really impressed as far as the amount of time you spend out in the community, visiting communities, meeting these movers and shakers, meeting these property managers. And when we come back, because we're going to take a short break, but I want to talk a little bit about your professional background, where you started and how you've evolved to the entrepreneur and businesswoman you are today, because I think there's going to be a lot of young people who are thinking about moving into the real estate space but are kind of uneasy as far as how to get involved, when to get involved. Should they just dive in? So if you wouldn't mind, I'd like for you to share a little bit about your background, some of your inspirations and mentors, and who's helped give you that necessary motivation to evolve your business to where it is currently. So I urge everyone to stay tuned to the Prime Real Estate Network. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. This is Rick Davis, realtor and host of the Prime Real Estate Network. Are you currently leasing or looking to relocate to the Houston area, and you find yourself falling in love with the home but aren't quite in a position to purchase? Well, no worries. We offer the Right to Purchase program. We can place you in the home of your dreams at current market rental rates and give you up to 3 years to buy. Did you know that a majority of the homes that are for sale offer better quality than those that are for rent? So why wait? Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Let me and my team help you purchase a home that you and your family can fall in love with. Give me a call today at 832-928-3963. And remember to follow the Prime Real Estate Network podcast on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Be blessed. Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network. I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Rick Davis. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, my co-host is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. You can follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and all his other social media platforms at the Texas Real Estate King. And our guest today is Ms. Marche Peevy, professional realtor and luxury buying and leasing specialist with Brooks & Davis Real Estate. Before we get back into our interview, I want to take some time to focus on our first-time buyer spotlight. For the last couple of weeks, we've been sharing a listing that is going to be on the market in the next 10 days. It is an Humble area home at 7510 Mustang Corral. This home is perfect for anyone who's searching for their first home, transitioning from apartment living to home ownership, or someone who needs to expand the size of their current residence. As always, this home is not on the MLS. This is a pre-listing special for only Prime Real Estate Network viewers and listeners. So if you would like to schedule a showing as soon as this home is ready to show, reach out to me directly, or you can reach out to anyone at the Brooks and Davis office. So thank you, Ms. Peevy, for being our guest this week. And I wanted to take some time to talk a little bit about your brand, your business, and how you've evolved to the entrepreneur and businesswoman that we see today. So if you wouldn't mind sharing with our Prime Real Estate Network audience, what motivated you to start your own company and push forward into this entrepreneurial space?
Well, I was actually pushed.
Oh, wow.
I would say I was pushed, and the reason I say that is because I've always had in the back of my mind I wanted to get into real estate. I've been around a lot of realtors. A lot of my friends are realtors, and but I worked in medical. I worked at the hospital for over 5 years, and also I did hair. So that was pretty much like my side hustle. I was doing hair, but I had like a little. I'm being transparent right now, guys. Please. But I had a little situation where I was misplaced with my job. So I was already in school for getting my license, but I went full time. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna see how it works. And so far, it's been great. It's I enjoy it, and I don't see myself looking back.
No, because it's Larry and myself. When we sit down with our guests every week, we always try to pick their brains and see who it was when they were children who might have planted a seed of be your own boss, stake your own claim. Mm-hmm. Don't let anyone be master of your domain. Control your own destiny. When you reflect back on your upbringing and your evolution from being a young lady to a young woman to being a mature business owner, is there anyone that you think might have flipped the switch, or might have actually just, not even if maybe they didn't even know, but that you were watching and that it was inspiring you to give you the confidence to think that you could make a transition?
Well, I actually grew up around, my grandfather, he was an entrepreneur. He owned several businesses. He had a soul food restaurant, he had a shoe parlor, and I grew up around and I seen this, and it really inspired me, just the way that he just got up every morning and he went forward, did what he had to do, come home at night, and he took care of business, took care of home and everything like that. So just being around that, I was raised around my grandparents, so just seeing that from them, it was something, I guess, something that was just I had to do, something I just had to do. So that's who really inspired me, is my grandfather. And
it's funny because those type of mentors and inspirations are invaluable to young children. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure your granddad knew that everything he was doing was for the betterment of his family. But I think sometimes, especially as business people and professionals, we don't understand that the action is what we need to show our children. Mm-hmm. The dedication, the consistency, the everyday. I mean, I can speak for myself as well, and Mr. Brooks, let me know if you agree, is that showing children the consistency of you getting up every day before sunrise and getting after it and letting them know that these are the things that are necessary if you want to be master of your own fate. Yeah. And how important it is to show those examples.
It's a must. And the thing about it is, because I'm one of those people that get up early, and so it's funny because my 12-year-old son, I watch him pick up some of my habits and some of the way that he regurgitates things that he may hear me say, or some of the things that we're listening to as we're driving. And so getting up early, and believe it or not, we actually respectfully understand, especially if it's consistent, right? So consistency is everything for us and for us kids growing up too.
And just bringing, the kids or children around that atmosphere. Because my grandfather used to take me to his spot every day. I used to after school. That's why after school he picked me up from school. I'm going at his soul food restaurant. I'm helping, passing out sodas to the customers. So it was pretty much what I kind of desired to actually want to work for self, but situations happen where you have to get a regular 9 to 5, but at the same time it's something that I desired to do. It
was something that was actually embedded on your spirit, that no matter what it is that you were doing professionally, it was always a part of you. Yes. And that's why I'm sure now you serve as a mentor for probably unspeakable amount of youth and people you come in contact with. So I want to urge you to continue doing what it is that you do, because I'm sure you're a beacon of light for not only young ladies but also young men, those that you interact with in the community. And as you do community outreach, I'm sure there are a lot of people that in 20 years, and they talk about who inspired them, you may be someone that they mention.
And that's the goal.
No, and that's absolutely the goal. So what I want to talk to you about, and before the end of the show, is I want to make sure everyone that hears the sound of our voices or have an opportunity to view this video knows how to get in contact with Ms. Peevy directly, and how they could go about scheduling a consultation with you and being able to speak to you about their needs as far as residential leases, residential rentals, and how they could go about scheduling a little time with you. So if you wouldn't mind sharing your contact information.
Yes, I'm actually more active on my Instagram. You can reach me on there, direct message me. I'm at MARCHE_HTX. That's Marche _ Houston, Texas. You can also contact me via email. It's yourrealtormarche@gmail.com. Contact me, phone number 281-409-4217. I'm very reachable, so any of those outlets you can hit me.
Also, because, and this is the thing, is that right now for the as we started season 2 here at the Prime Real Estate Network, Mr. Brooks and myself and everyone at Brooks and Davis Real Estate, we've been trying to make sure that we let everyone know about the Right to Buy program. Oh. And the Right to Buy program allows those who are in a space to rent or lease to actually choose the home of their dreams. And while they're renting the home, also be able to set themselves up to be able to purchase the same property soon as that opportunity presents itself and they're in a position to do so. So that's what makes people like yourself so invaluable to the public. And I want everyone to know that, reach out to Ms. Peevy, because not only is she going to set you up now, but she's going to monitor your progress the entire time. And when you're ready to actually own and invest from a home ownership standpoint, you can assist them with those services as well.
That's right. True. Yeah.
So, it's funny because we're at the part of our show where we always have a real estate myth buster. And the cool thing about this week's episode and having you here and Mr. Brooks is that this week's myth buster pretty much is self-explanatory. So I want to give both of you guys an opportunity to talk about seriously, because this was one of the things that I think a lot of our viewers really need professional consultation when it comes to the idea of what it is they actually can get for their dollar. So for both of you all, one of the things that I get a lot is that, Rick, friends of mine say you can find 2-bedroom leases in Central Houston for $1,100 and below. No, and I want, because I know we spoke about this earlier, but from you guys' professional standpoint, could you just illustrate for everyone how in the last 5 years we started to have to shift what we define as luxury and how much luxury costs now.
True. And you know, I want to state this too, because I am a realtor of the public, right? I'm a realtor for the people. And so, and I say that because at the end of the day, I want you to understand that, yes, focusing on luxury is something that Miss Peevy does, but also keep in mind, we understand that things happen. Come on now. We understand that sometimes bad things happen to good people. So there may be someone that have a felony. Well, we want you to understand that our system allows us to be able to locate properties for you, even though you may have a felony, a misdemeanor, or something like that on your record. So please feel free to reach out still, because we can help you. So yes, we're strong when it comes to luxury and being able to find those properties, but also for those of you that have had career challenges or you've had, you know, missing income, we do have people that work with us because they see Miss Peevy out all the time, and they're able to, you know, be transparent enough to say, okay, they have a felony. What is that felony? Let me help you out. So keep that in mind, guys. So it's just not about that, but we are here to help out in any way. We're realtors for the people. For the people.
No, and I thank you so much, Mr. Brooks. So, Miss Marche Peevy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're invited back anytime.
Oh, wow. Thank you
Matter
so
of
much.
fact, if any reason, myself or Mr. Brooks come down with the flu on a Wednesday night, I will always reserve the right to call you to sit in for us,
That's
please.
what I'm talking about.
So, on behalf of the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, and our fabulous guest, Miss Marche Peevy, my name is Rick Davis. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks again.
Right.
Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC is marketing a property for sale right now that you can buy. These properties range from land lots for under $20,000 to move-in ready homes $500,000 and more, along with everything in between. To see this week's list of properties for sale you can buy now, go to bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. That's bit.ly/BDREF weekly list. If you plan on selling some real estate and you need it on the weekly list, call 713-665-8329 to speak with someone about it.